Hey everyone, I'm Karen, and today I'm going to do a hat for you that I posted on a Facebook group that I'm a part of. And I want to say thank you to JoJo for putting together a wonderful group of people on her Facebook page. Now, this particular stitch, I took a variation of what I had seen on YouTube on a video for Addy tips and tricks. So now let's get started. Now I will say that if I do a beanie, as this here one basically is, I'll do 100 rows with this here stitch, and I do 55 rows to get up to here before I start the decorative stitches. So now let's see here. I always put my counter to 999 because I do a row of yarn that isn't even counted. And today I am using Bernat Premium Iced Aqua. Hopefully we'll be able to see it well in contrast to this red on the machine. Which, just a little FYI, my husband hates the color red, so he was a little bit disappointed when it only came in black and red. But he's going to have to deal with it. So anyways, as normal, you just do a regular cast on. And then, if I'm doing a toque out of this here instead of a beanie, I will do 130 rows. Just because the pattern seems to take up so much of your stitches. So, or the room, I guess, better way to put it, for your stitches. So anyways, I'm going to go to 55 rows on this. And then I will continue on with the pattern. So I brought you back from my last couple of rows here. And then we will start on the design. Okay, so now we're at 55, and I take my yarn out of the feeder. Okay, and I make sure that I have 2 needles up at all times. Okay, so then I bring the yarn around to the second needle and pull it in front. And then turn for the next 2. Now, yes, doing it this way is very time consuming, but you actually get the feature that you're looking for. So I'm going to change the camera angle just so you can get a better look at what I'm doing. Okay, so again, I've got 2 needles up, whoops. And I grab the yarn and I bring it down in front of both of these, and then back around the back, and go to the next 2. And I just keep on doing that all the way around the first round. And then yes, it does change for the second round. So because I just came up with this pattern yesterday, I'm not extremely fast at it, so sorry if this video winds up being a little bit too long. I don't have proper video equipment to be able to do the fast forward, edit, etc. So I'm just going to, whoops, see, I'm not very good at this yet. So here we go. Now, if anybody has any suggestions what to call this hat, jeepers, sorry, then that would be wonderful. The only thing I can think of is Lacey Links, because it has kind of a lacy look, and you can tell that it's linked together. So please let me know what you think, if you think I should have a different name on there. So now what I am going to do is, once I have the first few rows done, I'm going to pause it and finish the hat, or finish the pattern part on the hat anyways. I just want to make sure that you guys get the gist of it before I do that, and then we can finish off our hats together. Oh, jeez. And once again, sorry for the bumpiness. My camera is right over top, or my phone is, I should say. And I keep bumping it with my hand, so sorry about that. Okay, so now that we've got the first row done, okay? So for the second row, I do a single stitch for the first one. And then I start all over again, doing the same way. And at the end of row 2, which is the row we're on now, you do a single stitch at the very last stitch. Now I will tell you, it gives it a little bit of a weird look at the back, but I figure the back is always kind of goofy anyways. So let me just show you this. On the back, there is this line here that you can see where it doesn't quite match up with everything else, but for most part the hat looks awesome. I'm trying to figure out if I should put maybe some kind of a decorative braid. Sorry. If I should put some kind of a decorative braid in here or what, because as you can see there's a line up here. I'm just trying to figure out how to make that look perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I mean, everybody achieves for a little bit of perfection every once in a while in their life. Either that, or what I might do the next time is I might do, like, you know, a quarter of the hat and then do the, like, do it row 1, and then for row 2 do a quarter of the stitches. Oh goodness gracious. And then do the same 2 singles together, and then just to make it look like it's supposed to be that way. So there's a thought. And like I said, it does take me a little bit to get through this round, so sorry about that. I'm trying to keep this video under 10 minutes, and we're already at 8. Okay, and again, the end of row 2, a single one. Now we don't do any rows in between. We just continue on right to the next one. And that's how we do every round. And now for me, the easy way to know which round I'm on is I look at my counter. So right now I'm on row 57. And if, well, technically 58, I just finished 57, but anyways, 57 is on the counter. Oh, jeepers. So I know that I'm on row 1 again because odd and odd. And when I'm doing row 2, 2 is an even number, and there will be an even number on the counter. Sorry, the last digit on the counter will be an even number. So that, to me, is the easy way to tell. So if I need to, you know, take a break to go do something, then I can do it, and I don't have to worry. Just get this. I'm trying to get faster for you guys, but sorry, I think it's going to take more than one hat to get faster. And you have to make sure that your needle is up far enough for you to be able to catch it, because if you have it down like that, it's a little bit tough to navigate to get it. Let's see here. Okay, so that's the end of row 3. And again, now row 4, basically row 2, and I've got the even number here. So it's time to start on that one all over again. So I'm going to go do this, and I will come back to you when I'm near the end. There's one thing I will mention here that you'll notice when you bring up the 2, sometimes the yarn on this here needle is sticking up. Just give it a push down. You're not going to hurt the hat. And you'll just be able to keep going, easy peasy flow, because you can push it down with the finger that you're using on the yarn, so it makes it kind of easy, or easier to do. Now make sure that your stitches aren't super loose. Mine aren't what I would call super loose, but they're not super tight neither. They have a nice firm tension. And that to me is very important to be able to achieve the nice look that we went for on that hat. So let's see here. Whoops. And I'll just keep going. Ugh. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. My fingers don't want to work well today. Oy, 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 oy. Okay, yeah, I will come back to you when I've got this done. And seeing how I'm doing my hat for 100 rows, I will be stopping the pattern on an even note, of course, so on the second row. So I'm going to stop it on row 96, will be the last pattern row that I do, and then I will have 4 rows, so 97, 98, 99, and 100 of regular knitting. Okay, so let's do the last row or 2 here together. Whoops. I'm going to try not to bump my phone this time. Now this is not a quick whoops, there we go. This is not a quick pattern to do because you have to go so slow. I got used to being able to crank out a hat, oh goodness gracious, in half an hour, you know, with finishing it completely. This one is more like an hour-long project just on the machine. So I am going to do different variations of this particular hat or pattern to see what I like the best. And I honestly encourage everybody else to do it as well, because it's lots of fun to figure out something for yourself and go with that. I mean, I do love watching videos from JoJo. She's got so many awesome projects. But occasionally, like I said, it's fun to be able to do something on your own. Now this particular pattern, I'm thinking that I will be able to, instead of just doing a toque or beanie, I'll be able to do headbands with it as well. So like your twisted turban headband, you could have this pattern in there. Just make sure you've got your ends just plain knitted. And then, I mean, everything there then should be fine. It would definitely make for an interesting looking headband and very unique. And I was thinking, you know, Bernat has got some really nice yarn out. There's one called, I think it's Rainbow. It's got various colors in it. I'd get it and show you right now, except for the fact that I'm in the midst of packing, ready to move. And we've got a lot of our stuff stored at our son's place in his basement. So unfortunately I don't have it here to be able to show you. But I have done a couple of regular knit baby Afghans with it. And I think that this here pattern would look awesome in a rainbow. Like white with different colored flecks in it. That way it's good for, you know, whatever color people prefer. Okay, so we are getting close to the end of this row. And then we will do regular knit until we hit 100 rows. And then of course putting the top together is going to be the same as any other hat that you do. Oops. Oh, and there we go. So that is the end of the pattern. So now I'm just going to do regular cranking. And yes, my machine moves because in my packing frenzy, I screwed up and I packed my clamps. So I don't have my clamps to be able to hook it onto the table. So it's constantly moving, which also makes it a little bit more difficult to do projects. Oh, there we go. And there we go, 100. So now as usual, I'm going to take my yarn and wrap it around the addy. Oops, that didn't work very well. Just to make sure I get enough yarn for casting off. Oopsie. Yeah, sorry, it's still fairly early in the morning. I haven't even had my full dose of caffeine yet today. I started this hat, I was up for about 20 minutes when I started it. So I'm just a little bit clumsy this morning, I guess, for lack of a better term. So here we go. I'll try and keep what I'm doing in the viewer here so you can see exactly what I do. But I'm sure by now everybody knows how to cast off, so it's not a big issue. Yeah, and sorry about that. The video is longer than what I had hoped. So sorry about that. I will end this video as soon as I stretch it out so you can see. And there will be more videos to come once I find some more patterns that I really like doing. I've got some ideas as to what way I want to do some of them. And we'll just have to see what I can come up with. But as always, to go for other interesting videos, you can always go visit JoJo's YouTube page. She's got so many awesome projects. I just love watching her videos. And to me, she's an awesome inspiration. Okay, we're just about there. Oh, come on, get out of there. And maybe I will look into getting some actual video equipment, because that would be, I think, much easier than using my cell phone. Okay. Okay, so push that out of the way. And now when we stretch it, there we go. That looks so awesome. I absolutely love it. I love the way it looks. And of course you get these ends. I always like to pucker these ends in a bit so that it's easier to run them through to make it the double. You could always do this a single if you wanted, if you just wanted a regular brim. But I'm particular to the double beanie. Okay, there, I got it a little bit further away so it's easier to see. And I always pull through that tail, because otherwise, for some reason, I got a horrible time trying to find it. So now, seeing how it's already pulled through, boom, right there. So now with them together, and because I did this here a little bit bigger on the pattern, it winds up stretching your toque. So inside is the proper toque, but outside all you see is the pattern. Unlike this here one, where I did less pattern and more actual knitting. So I guess it depends on how you want to do it. This here one, the gray one, I did it at 55 rows up to here. And then I did from row 56 to 86 up here. And then I did the rest in knitting, just so you know. And this here one I did to row 55 in just plain knitting. And I did the rest of it, except for the last 3 rows, in pattern stitch. And like I said, it just really stretches the pattern. So if you want your hat so that all you see is this, then this is the way to go. I hope this has helped you guys, and I will bring you some more videos as soon as possible. Have a great day.